If you have ever wondered why your savings are low, where your money has disappeared, or whether you can actually quit your job someday, you're not bad with money. You just don't have an AI accounting. In this video, I shall show you how to build one using Notion and n8n. Hey, I am Anup from Bayesian Labs. Let's get into it. Quick context. All three workflows use the same backbone, the personal finance system in Notion. I have already done a full walkthrough of the template earlier. So today we are only focusing on the AI workflows that sit on top of it, how to download it, how to duplicate it. All those downloads of these AI workflows and the Notion template are available for download or duplication in my description. It's logging invoice and transaction records in Notion directly from mails which come to your Gmail. Normally all your credit card transactions, debit transactions, except cash ones, you get a mail from your bank in Gmail. So getting that to your Notion transactions one makes you not every day you don't want to go and add a new transaction. In my Notion Finance templates, there is a button to add that transaction, but it's better if you find it directly in from Gmail to this, so that only the cost and the description and all those things automatically come in. Sometimes you just add which budget it is a part of. Currently, it does not automatically select a budget. That's for future. So let me start off with what all prerequisites are needed. First, my personal finance Notion template needs to be downloaded. Apart from that, these are all, you can have one or two wherever your mails are coming, but there is one thing which in n8n there is an issue, which most of in YouTube videos it does not mention. If it's a personal Gmail account, the how to add this client ID, client secret, and all those kind of things. I'll just put a link in the description of how to add this. But problem is, if you add it, it's getting that Gmail into a production. Like you need to create in the Google console a production app, and that app needs to be production ready, and that requires it's a very difficult process. So if you put these mails from that app, these mails as test users, it would take a long time. Sorry, not long time, but every 7 minutes or every 7 days or so, it will log out automatically, and you need to go and sign in again. Otherwise, it will stop. That's why I already have for my company, I have a Bayesian Labs Gmail workspace for which I pay, for each of the email ID, I pay around 250 rupees per month or something like that. I don't know how much it is for dollars. You can check that out. So what I do is, so these two are in my Bayesian Labs itself. If somebody is sending me an invoice, I send the invoice to anyone, and all those kind of record it. And I also have a forwarding one. So what forwarding one does is, for each of my mails, what do you say? For each of my mails in my normal ones, in my normal Gmail account, like Carnegie@gmail, all those other Gmail accounts which are @gmail.com or Outlook, Yahoo, whatever it is, I have forwarded them to a forwarding @bayesianlabs.com. So forwarding @bayesianlabs.com. So this is also, I pay 250 rupees per month for this. So what all those means from all those come to this forwarding one. So this does not get logged out for app, because I've created an app for my Bayesian Labs internal account app. So that does not require, it is easy to get it to production because it's gonna be used internally, these mail addresses and all that. So that's why this is very easier. And now I don't need to do so. That's the way. You have two choices. Either you do either you do forwarding and page labs that you create a company account, Google Workplace account and pay, or every 7 days you need to come and log in again to these credentials. Those credentials need to be logged in again for the Gmail. But then afterwards, I just set it, I classify it based on what kind of data it is. If it's an invoice, debit, credit transaction, credit invoice, whatever it is, I use GPT-5 Nano, any cheapest one you can think of. Currently, I use an Olama Llama 3 billion, which is running in my local PC, which is constantly running. So, because this is like every single email, it's gonna go there. So, even if cost is $0.01 dollar, of $0.001. So every day you get 100, it goes to 0.01. So I'm just using local because anything works. It's a simple classification using Gmail one. Then for each of the classification, it goes to a separate accountant agent where there is a tool. You need to connect your Notion account with this. I'll also provide how to add a Notion account link in the description, where there will be a documentation of how to do that. Apart from that, yeah. So for each, it will create a row in my transaction table or an income database in my Notion, that personal finance templates. So if you need to have that personal finance template, and where you have it, you need to get the API key for that. You have to add this you need to get that internal integration secret, which has access to that page. And then after you add that, you can go to the you create a Telegram bot. How to create it, all again I'll put it. So what will happen is you add the credential to that bot. So it requires two things: access token and chat ID. Again, I'll put in a link to a documentation where you can see how to add this chat ID and how to create a bot in your Telegram. Afterwards, this is just to have all the transactions, everything. You'll get a message in your Telegram in that bot. So I have an accountant bot which keeps on telling what all things have been added here. I keep on getting those messages. Yeah. So this was my first workflow, and I think one of the most important ones which I used consistently, because I need to know I am over budget, under budget, what's happening, what payments I have still not done, what invoicing from clients I still have to ask for the pay, how much my income is, how much I'm spending. Is my company going towards bankruptcy? When will I get financial freedom? For that, the most important part is even budget. Knowing all the income, whatever is coming, having that in a database is very. Let me start off with my second workflow. You can see it here on my screen. This is very simple workflow. It has no complicated stuff. Again, Notion, you need to connect to a Notion, which you have already done if you have downloaded the first workflow. This is just like getting kind of a login thing for that. Knowing all those keyboard all invoices have, there are daily triggers, weekly triggers, monthly end triggers, monthly start triggers. So know today, this month, what all are the things I need to spend on, but monthly and what all things I have spent, category wise, what all I have spent on each category. Is my budget overspent in something, in restaurant orders, eating now, partying or something. Daily, I'm getting keep out all invoices I have got, what all transactions I have done. At the end of the day, all these things I get into again the accountant bot which I have created in Telegram. Again, link is in the description. My third workflow is querying personal finance data in Notion via Telegram. In this, we use a good AI model and all, because it gets, if as you can see, the trigger is Telegram trigger. What it means is the AI counted bot which I have created in other workflows too. From that bot, you whatever queries you can directly type or do type in that, ask any questions regarding your what finances. It goes into your personal finance databases, like other databases like income, transactions, budget, funds, and all those kind of things. And it creates a summary for that and sends you in the same bot. It will send you a message or whatever questions you have. This is simple, and all you would need is that bot you have created. You already created a credential for it, so Notion you already created for this. Apart from that, here you would need to this output thread ID need to be inserted, which you, as I said already in the description. Apart from that, in here you need to you need to create a credential type of financial, so predefined credential type, and which a Notion account, right? You already created, so your credential authentication type, free credential type, because the direct one n8n has available in the get databases, the query Notion databases, that is not currently working with, at least with Cloud 3.5, so that the tools are not really that accurate, but by using a direct API from the I was able to get the results better. Okay, that's it. All you need to do is for all these things, all you need to do is download the template. Link is in the description, and just for whatever credentials are needed, this is an OpenRouter API account you need to pay to. You'll get an API key in OpenRouter. I'll again put it in the description. Link or documentation how to create it. This is Notion in credential, and here a Telegram chat ID. That's it. You need to add it. You can now. So this workflow is also. So these three workflows together act like a personal AI accountant, along with my personal finance Notion, that template. One logs money, one reports on it, one answers questions about it, and one maintains a database out of it. If you are already using my personal finance system Notion database and you are using an n8n, the setup saves hours and removes friction. You don't even notice anymore. Because at the very start of it, I had a lot of problem trying to add transaction. Every day night I go through my emails, go through my messages, or at the time itself I keep on adding transactions, and you become lazy after time. You miss some, but with this you will never miss any. All you need to do is, as soon as a transaction is added, at the end of the day, you can just see is it attached to it to correct budget and dollars. Templates and links for all these, and even the documentation of how to add credential for each of the things I have used are in the description below. Clone them, break them, improve them. That's the fun part. If this helped you think differently about personal finance automation, you should probably like the rest of the videos on this channel here. And if you want any more videos like this, please like and subscribe.